Welcome to PBKC Streaming Live. Streaming Live. Streaming live in West Palm Beach, Florida.
And we are live from the Palm Beach Kennel Club. I'm Terry.
Oak Tree, also known as Oak Tie.
I like Oak Tree.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you were built like one.
Yeah.
Guys, you're tuning in today. We got a $130 buy-in with a $10K guarantee. We are officially on our final table, and we are going to jump right into the action for our first hand. We are nine-handed, and we are playing down to a winner. I got a feeling there's not going to be any chops, Oak.
Really?
It's just the feeling, brother. Just
I don't know. Andrew in C1 was he was here last week. He's back-to-back final tables. He was an advocate for the chop last week. Was really good. They chopped it four ways. One of the highest numbers. Go ahead. You were about to say something?
No, go ahead.
It was one of the highest turnouts for the tournament. I think we had 173 or 78 players. First place was almost $5,000.
Wow. That's insane. Yeah, it's normally about 3,500. So for it to get up that high, that's pretty awesome.
Today's a good number too. I think it's 100. We don't have our fact sheet.
You know what? I left the fact sheet upstairs.
We'll get that in a second for you, everyone.
But yeah, Andrew, who I believe is in the
one seat.
Yep, he is in the one seat. Yeah, Andrew. Every time I've tuned into a stream this month, he's been on final table.
They're running good.
Yeah, he's running good and playing really good too.
Oh, look at this hand. We have pocket sixes and queen jack for Steve on an ace 10 jack 8 board.
It's a pretty good flop for Steve. He's got a pair and a double gutter.
Yeah.
Players all in.
Oh, Steve is all in?
Call.
I mean, Bill's all in, and Steve snap calls.
Looks like those graphics might be incorrect.
Those are nines?
Set of nines?
No,
just a
pair of nines. So, yeah, open-ended with one pair. So, drawing dead, right?
It needs a 7.
Yeah, 7. All right. I guess that was art. Because they got rid of Steve, and Steve was the winner of that hand. First hand of the day.
First hand. All right, that's how you go from 9 to 8 real quick. Should I go grab those numbers?
Go ahead, yeah. I'll entertain everybody.
You do a little dance?
You know, I do the kind of things.
No, that's impossible.
Welcome to anyone joining us here today. It's Friday night, TGIF. We're hand number 2. This is a $130 buy-in. It starts at 11:15 a.m. There is 6 levels before the end of registration, so you have 6 levels at 20 minutes a level. I think that's equivalent to 2 hours. So, and then there was a 10-minute break, so you have the whole 2 hours and 10 minutes to re-enter the tournament. So if 11:15 is too early for you, which it is for me, you can jump into the tournament up until like 1:15, 1:20, I think it is. So this tournament is one of our better tournaments, running really good. It's a 130 buy-in. First place is normally right around 4,500-ish. Last week was at 48. They did a chop. Everyone made money. They're all in the money right now. This final table here, they're playing for a good cash sum. And Adam wakes up with pocket kings. And Bill with 580K.
Players all in.
It's going to go all in, I think. And a snap call. Okay, so here we go.
Wow, we got a couple of big stacks here going at it, huh?
Yeah. It's a classic race almost. I mean, it's usually
it's not that classic.
It's a 1-over card. Sorry, you're right. It's not classic. It's 1-over card.
But he is suited, so that kind of makes up for it a little bit.
Not anymore. 7 jack deuce on the flop.
Got a couple of backdoors for a flush. That ain't it. He's going to need an ace and an ace only.
3 outers? Oh, well, king for a set. I don't know why they made all the noise.
Yeah,
Kings are going to lead the whole way. That's Adam taking this one down.
Very excited about that hand. So I got some information for you. Would you like to hear it?
Sure would.
So my man who just got knocked out in 9th place, walking out of here with $407. Up from there, 8th place is $510. 7th place is $650. 6th is $840. 5th place is $1,110. Fourth place is 1,488. I'm sorry.
Huh?
No, that's right. Yeah, 1,488. Third place is 2,030. Second place is 2,800. And first place is a cool 4,500. Not too shabby for a Friday afternoon.
4563. So it's almost 4,600, right? Do you round up or down?
I rounded down,
Down to
just
500?
for the people, but I should have rounded up. I should have, yeah.
If you think about it, though, I mean, it's a one-day tournament. First place is what I make in a whole month.
Yeah.
I mean, can I just take off for one day to play this tournament? I mean, I swear this will be
They
over
wouldn't let
before
you
I
play.
start.
They wouldn't let you play. You're too good.
I'm a fish.
You're
I'm
too
a fish.
Yeah, but even fish eat up the minnows every once in a while,
Yeah.
you know.
Hand number 3. We had 2 eliminations. Is that right? No. Adam wasn't the other player wasn't at risk of elimination, right? So
Raise 30,000.
raise it up to 30,000. Have you been playing lately? How's it going?
I'd rather not comment because then I'll start crying. So, you know.
I'm in the same paddle boat with one paddle just going in circles.
I lost my boat a while ago, and all I have is the paddle, so it doesn't float, by the way, in case you're wondering.
Oh, no.
We got Steve in the big blinds going to come along and see.
Yeah, it was a mid-race to 30K. What are the blind levels here?
Blind levels are 10-20, I believe. Oh, no, it's got to be 10-15.
Yeah, 10-15.
Yep.
So it was a mid-race to 30. Steve just flat calls, heads up, and went check to the turn.
Steve's got himself an okay hand considering he's got a pair and a flush draw, but I'm sure he
He's
doesn't
got
like
check
all the
mark.
overs.
He's got the check mark
He's
already.
got
right?
the 8 on the river, too. So
Now, yeah.
That's 30,000.
I love when people call this a set. It's called trips.
I give people the evil eye when they call it a set. And then I shake my head unapprovingly.
So Steve's going to call, but he's going to give the speech
I
before
mean,
he makes
what
the
are
call.
we even doing here?
He said, I'm not going to raise you. I'm just going to call. And he shows trips.
Bill's like, well, I'm playing the board, so, you know, we just lost the last 15 seconds of our life here. Let's
That was good.
let's try and speed it up next time, Steve.
He went through all the scenarios of what could beat him, and that's kind of funny.
I mean, he's got aces full, jacks full, maybe a straight. By the way, our dealer Andre said that he was going to end this tournament in a half an hour. So
Really? I'll take the over on
that's
that.
what I said as well. But you know what? Sometimes they know things we don't know.
I'm a gambling man.
Oh, by the way, if you are tuned in right now, we currently, not currently, but tonight we have Harlan Williams of Half Baked fame. He'll be here tonight and tomorrow at 8 o'clock in the paddock. So come on down, grab some drinks, grab a ribeye, a T-bone, and check out one of the funniest comedians of the 90s. He will be here, and I heard our tournament director, Joey Dolans, is going to be there. So maybe if you feel like
Joey's going on stage?
I don't know if he's going that far. Maybe if he has enough drinks before then, he might. But
You know what I remember Harlow for the most is something about Mary. You remember he was the hitchhiker?
Yeah.
He was like
That's
7-minute
right.
abs. And like
Oh, my
7-minute abs? How about 6 minutes? And he does that twitch. No, man, there's no such thing as 6-minute abs.
Not yet. That's funny.
All
He
right, then.
was
Now
in
you know
that.
who he is.
Well, in Half Baked, he was one of the buddies, and he was the guy that was sent to jail.
Okay. Oh, look at this hand. Queen 10. 10's going to make a pair. John had open-ended.
Ooh, I
and
love the check here. He's going to check snap call.
I don't know.
Oh, I guarantee you.
That's a good-sized bet from John
Yeah,
in position.
he's snap calling this. And I
Look,
love the check because
look.
there's no.
It's only a pair of 10s, though.
I guarantee you he calls.
I don't know.
What's he betting here?
Well, he could.
I mean, he might even.
Look, the 7 completes a straight right there, right?
Yeah, but he raised pre-flop, so I mean, is he raising with Jack 8? Probably not.
Well, we were talking about something else before. I didn't see the whole hand went down, but the pot's 240K.
Yeah,
And
snapped,
he made the
yeah.
call.
He
Yeah,
didn't
it's a
snap,
good
but he did call. Yeah.
Yeah. It shows his 10. It's a good read on his part, though.
Yep.
You're right. I mean,
Yep.
that board.
There's not too much that he's betting there. Even like an
Correct.
overpair, he might even just check it back just because he doesn't want to be re-raised. But that was a really good check on Adam's part, just to
Induce?
yeah, just to induce
a
the
bluff?
action. Yeah, I think as soon as he checked it, he knew there was no way he was folding that. But
I
well,
think
well played
Adam,
on both parts.
I think Adam's position was to check for showdown. Really, that has to get himself in trouble because you bet there someone raises over the top, then you're actually in a worse position.
Correct.
So a check was a good play on Adam's part. John.
He would have been fine with the check back also.
Correct.
But
Yeah, the showdown. I think. Yeah.
Right.
Sometimes the people understand what that showdown value is. Like, why get yourself in trouble? You only one
yeah,
pair.
with that showdown value, obviously it's a little more valuable if it's like a lower to mid pair. But I mean, you got top pair there. I mean, I feel that's more of an inducing. But he did put in kind of a big bet there, 65K. I mean, that was
Right.
big size relative to the pot, almost a pot size bet. So I mean, it was a good bet. But at the same time, Jason's like, listen, buddy, if you got kings or queens, good on you. You know, or if you just
Correct, but see, we're looking at the stack size too. There's the thing that you have the components of Adam's stack size. He had enough chips. It wasn't like it was like the person here at C5 who's short stackish kind of would maybe make that fold because it's more of your tournament life. Maybe.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, they're both using their heads. That's for sure.
And you know these guys have definitely played with each other before, so they know that. I'm sorry, John in the 3 seat, right?
Yeah.
He
four
knows.
seat, yeah.
He knows that
Yeah.
John's a player.
Correct.
He knows that he doesn't have to have it to bet there. So.
Right,
you know.
right. Those are good analogies on Adam's part. Like he's making the decision. It's just like what do my whole cards, but he's also saying, right, I'm playing against a player who could make that move with complete air, and it was a great call.
Yep.
And we have a raise here to 40,000. The blinds are 10K, 15K, 15K Annie.
Little 1.5 size. 2.5.
A little more than a mid-click, 40K. I mean, some people were doing that 2.5x normal in tournaments. So the old standard used to be 3x, and then they
That's
toned
old
it down.
school.
That was old school.
That's mid 2000s.
Right. Right.
That was so 2006.
Three ways
So
to the
Adam's
fun.
just gonna call the 40K on the button. You know, I would like to see maybe a little raise at him, but at the same time, he doesn't want to step out against an early position raise.
Check.
No one's really gonna like that ace. Let's see if Jason continues with his story.
He does.
His story is, I have ace queen.
60K. Does John stick around? Yeah. John's like, I got a piece of it. Let's see what the turn
John's
comes.
like, I got a backdoor flush draw. Let's see what happens.
So John has what's normally known as the flat tire.
Ooh,
Oh!
what a card.
Pump it up, baby.
Unreal.
Oh, he checked the trap.
Let's see if John checks it again.
Nah, he's not going to check for value here. Yeah, lead out there. Looked like you're trying to steal it. Unfortunately, Jason doesn't have any piece of this board, so he can't represent the ace, which he tried to do on the flop. Gave up on the turn. A little posturing here, I think, for table image.
It's definitely posturing.
If I see a raise, I'll fall out of this chair. I'll be like, what?
I'll catch you.
Yeah, okay, there's the fold. Sometimes people do that. They don't want to show that they're a pushover, so they pot. Like, oh, I might have called you. Next time I got you.
That's an interesting call from John on the flop there. I'm wondering if he called just to see a turn, to see if maybe he could improve, or if he thought his jack was actually good. Obviously, the pre-flop aggressor, that favors him. You know, his ace kings, ace queens, ace jacks range like that. But it was a nice call by John, and what a turn. You know, you got to get lucky to win these things, and but you also got to put yourself in a position to get lucky. So
True that. And it's easier. It's easier to bet when you have two pair.
It helps.
If that 4 didn't peel off, it would have been a really different river, right? Then you would see like the bravery of that person if he fires on the river, the same results. But
well, here's the thing too: whether the 4 comes or doesn't come. Let's say he checks turn, and then do you still check the river? And then what does the 4 seat do at that point?
Yeah.
I mean, does he
That's
just
Jason? Yeah.
Yeah, does Jason just check it down and just hope the king high is good, or do you actually put in a bet there? You know?
That's the only way you can win with king high. So
Right.
you definitely fire a bet.
Right,
so
but that's almost my point.
the
So then maybe
dynamics.
John should have checked it regardless, and then just say, hey, I'm going to let this guy bet his ace king, ace queen, or his heir, and then I'm just going to snap call with.
Well,
you know,
John
with
makes
value.
trips now. We got 2 times we've seen trips, and he gets no value for both times here. He's going to show with Jack.
That's not a set.
Yeah, he's got a set of balls. That's
Yeah, he does.
Oh yeah, running good. That's part of the winning tournaments. You know, that's a key factor I need to learn how to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch and figure that one out.
That was small blind versus big blind. I don't think anyone else is in the hand, so.
Yeah, John got unlucky that the big blind had 8 deuce there, so not much you can do.
Yeah. It's a good final table. We're 8-handed No, we're sorry. We're on eight. No, hand number 8. We are still 8-handed.
We got back-to-back Steve in the 8 and 9 seat over there.
Yeah, no initials for the back. Which Steve is who he roots for?
Steve.
All in for Bill. Oh no, Mr. Bill. I haven't heard that in a long time.
Sounds familiar.
Remember Mr. Bill?
I remember Fire Marshal Bill, but
No,
Mr.
Fire
Bill?
Marshal Bill's in living color.
Right.
Oh no, Mr. Bill was like a claymation guy. He used to like get get hurt like all the time.
You remember Celebrity Deathmatch?
Celebrity Deathmatch, yeah, those were great.
That was like the beginning of the not the beginning of the claymation, but that was like the culmination.
Yeah.
I guess the beginning of the claymation was like
those
Rudolph,
were great.
the Rudolphs and the old Christmas stuff.
Chat's been quiet. Last week it was kind of quiet as well.
Well, that's because we haven't let him get a word in yet. We've been talking the whole time. So, chat, give us a shout out. Let us know who you're rooting for. Tell us how you're doing. Tell us
All-in
what you're
player,
up to.
hand number 9.
Hey, it's Steve.
Stepped right on. Steve 1 went all in. Steve 2 has folded. Thing 1, thing 2.
Adam's going to call this. Yeah, he's
For
going to
sure.
call.
It's a small bet, right?
I wouldn't mind to see a little raise out of him, too, to maybe clear out everybody, but they're going to clear out of the way anyway.
Yeah.
So.
That's funny. There's two Bills and there's 2 Steves on this table?
No, I think it's just the one bill.
All right, Ace 9, King 10, the classic race.
I'll take the King 10 off.
Really?
I like both flush draws.
If I could bet, I'd bet.
Actually, only one flush draw, King of Hearts.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
There's Ace in the window.
So when I say King 10, I meant Ace 9.
Right.
Jack ball. Oh, wow, that's
Still a Jack would win.
still the Jack.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Nothing changes.
10 just for a little needle.
And Adam is running good. So Steve's going to walk out of here with a cool $510. Not too shabby.
You buy a nice little dinner worth $500.
And Adam's run good continues, man. I tell you what, I mean, he's just a really good poker player. And obviously you have to run good, but he's just – literally every time I've tuned into a tournament stream in the month of January, my man's been at final table. So, I mean, that's not a coincidence. One final table, maybe a coincidence. 2, probably not. 3, definitely not.
Yeah, back-to-back weeks. You know how hard that is?
I do. I do.
Making the final table. First of all, here we go. There's levels of tournament, obviously. Making the money is step 1, right? And then step 2 is to make the final table. Just to get to the final table, it's 1 in every 10, right? Or 10%, almost. It's really tough. And then to run good, now I'm not saying it was a superhero call because you have an ace, but you're
No, but you could easily fold that.
Yeah, if this stack was bigger, you could make that fold. But that's when you say you put your chips to use.
Yep. But still, that takes a little bit of balls, too, because he's got 5 or 6 players behind him, too. It's not like his position is good. He's not closing off the action by any means. So.
Hey, Florida Mountain Man. Haven't seen you a couple of weeks.
Mountain Man, my guy. Haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah, where have you been?
I've been busy. Oh, that looks like pizza. All right, guys, we're going to go take a 20-minute break. We got Steffi Mo to the rescue. She's feeding the crew tonight, so we'll give a little shout-out to Steph. And when she's not delivering pizza or on the mic, she's streaming as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes COD, sometimes Destiny, sometimes Puppy Island.
Today was the Call of Duty. She was winning. Her team was winning.
Her team was
the small pepperonis.
I'll take the one with all the pepperonis, please. Yep.
Hand number 11. The blinds are at 10K, 15K.
Raise it. 40,000 raise.
Raise it up. Second time we went to 40K. That's a standard raise. So that way you don't give away your hand strength.
You're welcome. That's all I'm good for.
That's all I want to give you. Oh, we have Steve S here. We do have initials for the last Steve.
3 players.
I'm drooling. Hell yeah. That's complete. 3 ways to the flop of 10 for Queen.
Nobody.
So there's the hand.
Thanks, Mountain Man.
Nancy just jumped on. You rock, and shout out to everybody, even the guys in the back.
What up, Nancy? Steph says, come on down and eat some pizza. We got extra.
Do we? I can eat half a pie. What are you
That's a
talking
good point.
about?
That's a good point.
Nancy, you got some pizza waiting for you up here. Come on. Stephanie says she's got you.
Oh, wow. Bill's going to shove with the open-ended. I
No
like it.
lack of aggression on this table.
And you know what else he loves? He loves that he's not getting snap called.
Yeah, that's always a good feeling, right?
Well, especially when you have king high. And Jason's putting on another show. He's testing out his acting chops. While he does that, I'm going to go take a bite of this pizza.
Go ahead. I'll let you go first, Dibs. So sometimes aggression really pays a factor. And other times, like if you ran, he just did that really aggressively with a draw, and luckily for him, either it was a good read or good timing. The player did not snap call, and that's how you survive. I like Nancy. She jumps on the stream and she gives out shout outs to everybody. You know, give props. Andre, he's actually the intro song that we play here. He is in the band. That is his band. Hand number 12, if you're following along. Bill, all in with pocket sevens, 280K. That is what's called the red zone move. You know, when you're a short stack and you're low on chips, you don't need to see a flop get yourself in trouble. Just try to take down the blinds here. I like the play. And it wins. It definitely wins some blinds. Sevens, pocket sevens is a very vulnerable hand unless you hit a 7. So, you know, the overcards, the scenario is like people are afraid to play jacks and 10s because there's always an overcard on the flop usually. And it takes away your gameplay unless you flop a set. So kudos to that play. I liked it.
Even for those little turtles, that's still really fast. Dude, it was crazy. Just like big hand, left and right type, and the lower stack getting knocked out. Yeah, that's like that has to go perfect for them back.
Players all in.
I do believe Nancy will be streaming tomorrow. Another all-in player. I think this is like the 7th time a player has gone all in. So that is exciting. And we got a call here.
5,000. Call.
I lost to this hand.
John folds queen 8. And, you know, he did have to get himself involved in the hand, which is funny, but he actually had some chips out there. So we have ace queen from Jeremy, who's all in, and Bill called with 10-9. And I like it. And your flop is Jack 6-6. Ace queen in the lead. Turn card, another 8. There's your ace. Well, let's get a full house just to make yourself feel good.
Ayo.
Hey, Steph.
Hey.
Thanks for jumping on.
What's up, fam? You know, I don't want to leave you by yourself.
Nancy's right on the break.
Oh, Nance. All right. I'll save you a slice, Nance. Don't worry. I also got other food for her.
Who's she streaming with tomorrow? She's on
Me.
tomorrow. Okay, great.
Ladies' night is skill.
Yeah. Ladies' night at Action Palace. Sounds like a good time.
Always a good time here.
All right.
Here at the Action Palace.
Everyone's diving into the pizza. I'm a little jelly.
It's right in front of you. I don't know why
I
you won't
can't
have
go right now. I got to wait for the other person to come back.
Oh, that's why I'm here.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right. Say no more.
Say less. Like, say less, fam. Oh, thank you so much. So we have Bill with the ace queen offsuit, girl with the big A. And that's Andres in the box. Shout out to you, Nance. Always the best. So, yes. That is Bill all in for 340 there. Huh? Oh, that's fine. You got Steve thinking about calling with his pocket sevens here. really thinking about it.
He's saying I want to like
You said go for it, or he's gonna fold? Go for it? Yeah.
money. I always hit this set with this one.
He always hits a set with this one, he said. I mean, at that point, I would just call. I'm like, why would you not? He folded? I know. You said he folded. We know, Terry. All right, so Bill's going to take that down. Good job, Bill. I mean, he made some people fold some decent hands there. Not going to lie.
You weren't ahead.
You got a barrel.
That's a lot of shit.
Chat says, let's go, Jeremy. Like the fans in the chat.
Big blind.
I call it if it was 200K.
Side faster next.
So if I raise. Maybe that's nothing.
Is it good? What do you think?
Players all in.
Side?
Calls or all in for less.
No, I don't have any cards. You don't have any
Oh,
cards.
just kidding. Wow. I didn't even see the cards.
Andre's like, just kidding, guys. Just kidding. We're good.
So you're technically out because you don't have cards. We laddered up. We laddered up.
It's the
It's
most
funny. He threw his blinds out. Andre's like, he's all in. He goes, I don't have any cards.
He just came over for moral support after that.
It's all right, buddy.
Those are fun moments. I also like the fun when you forget you put out the cards and you throw the board out there. I've done that like twice in my lifetime. It's just,
It's okay. It happens. I've done it
definitely
once,
does, yeah. You
once
know?
or twice.
Sometimes your mind gets a little advanced and you get ahead of yourself.
You know, especially when you do it nonstop and you're on autopilot at that
Yeah.
point. Oh, let's see. Steve S. Definitely going to fold that hand. Adam,
Ooh,
Florida hand-
ace queen and ace king. We could see some fireworks.
pew, pew.
raise to 45,000.
I like Adam's bet.
So is Bill going to just call or he's going to re-raise it?
Bill's been very aggressive. He went all in like a couple hands ago on a draw. So if we see an ace on the flop, somebody could lose their stack.
They gon' lose their
They're gonna.
stack.
Facts. We're speaking. Oh, there's another ace though. Ace Bill. Ace 10 for Bill.
Yeah, you got ace 10 offsuit, ace king offsuit.
Three-way chop.
You say three-way chop.
Jeremy on the short side gets out of this way. He knows that his hand is nothing but danger. So we got a three-way flop. Let's put an ace out there, folks. Come on. Ace, 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 ace.
Bra-
Close. They're all on the same straight draw here.
What's a deuce look like?
Yeah, I'll check the round, though. That's kind of silly. They're all waiting for that 2. 6 of spades.
Oh, but Adam has the king of spades.
No,
Oh,
Bill
but
has
Bill
the
has
ace, of,
ace of
spades.
spades.
Yeah.
105,000.
And Bill's going to fire 105K on this wet board here. He's got the worst of the 3 hands, but he's gonna take it down.
Take it down now. You want in on this, fam? Yeah, you know. Yeah, that's giving you a little break.
Out of position with the worst hand.
I was just gonna say, I like it.
Players all in.
Player is all in. Bill. Bill and Bill. I told you there's 2 Bills. You said there was only 1 Bill.
I knew it. I folded ace king.
You're ahead.
There is only one Bill. Bill S. Preston.
There can only be one.
There could be only one.
There can only be one.
I knew somebody was ace.
He's got me covered.
So ace queen wins here,
Wow.
and we lose one of the Bills.
And Jeremy would have had 2 pair had he stayed in on the big blind.
Jeremy
And Adam would have won with ace king.
Right. I go figure. And Adam said that as soon as he folded, he goes, I knew you guys had something like that.
And he had the king of spades too. So he might have been warranted to call there, but that was a lot of money to call.
Pot was too big. I push.
And just like that, we are down to 6.
Just like that.
And in 7th place, my man's gonna walk away with 650 smackers.
Why you in other player get those things?
Blinds are at 10, 20.
Steve's a little jealous. He wants to know why. Why does he get those lucky hands? Like, that's a good call. He had ace high here on a really wet board. A straight and a flush were on that board, if you possibly could believe it. And he's calling down with ace queen. So
He did have the ace of spades. He did have the nut flush draw.
I thought the other Bill had the ace of spades who led out.
Whoever had the ace queen was the ace of spades.
Okay.
I believe. You know what? Don't take my word for it, because I don't know. I don't know. I'm too busy thinking about pepperoni.
I mean, he's supposed to have something. Straight? Yeah. He could have the straight 7, something. Ace 10.
What
See-
up, Gus in the chat? How we doing?
Gus, that's up. That's the whole thing Adam is saying right there. The reason why he folded was he's kind of like in the middle of these people, and there's so many possibilities out there.
Well, and to be fair, he also missed his chance on the flop to c-bet. And then once you do
I
that,
agree with you. I agree with you.
You just leave yourself open
Yeah.
to the elements.
Yep. Maybe a misstep, but he's got plenty of chips here and doing fine.
Yeah, I probably would have put a little c-bet in there. Maybe even just whatever he bet pre-flop. What was it, like 45K, I think?
Yes.
Just a little feeler bet to see what's up. And
Right.
I can't imagine anybody else would have continued, but, you know,
Maybe the ace of spades
maybe.
because he's
Yeah.
got a straight draw.
Backdoor, straight
Right.
draw, and overs. Yeah, maybe.
All right. On to this hand.
Call.
3 players.
For now.
Saucy. It's all right. Here's your flop. 3, king 7. Both players have similar hands, 8-5 and 8-4. But it says Bill and Adam, and it's 3 players. It's John. There it is. John with 7-5. And Bill, who's been raising and not getting through any of his bluffs, this one probably will get through.
No, they didn't continue the hands. Jason has king 9 and he flopped top pair, and John's got mid pair with the back doors. A couple of back doors, straight draw and flush draw back doors.
Thank you. I'm off on the graphics. I'm just looking at what I saw, but
Agreed.
you caught up. You got me. That's what you're here for.
Yeah, I'm here to do things. I'm here to kick ass and eat pizza, and we're all out of pizza. I know, but that's the joke, though.
I mean, I would have won also.
We got jokes.
In hindsight, it's easy in hindsight. Still knock someone out.
Who's that for, Gene? Yeah, I think
Andrew brought
him some.
Andrew brought 2 slices.
We already talked about it. He brought him some, I believe. Yep. Double check with Drew, but I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Listen, we make sure everybody gets pizza around here, so.
You open the door. It's right there. Gosh.
And I told Brandon too that there was some down here, so just because he's running the floor.
It gone. All the pizza's gone.
Thanks, Steph.
I kind of like Italia's pizza. I mean, I don't want to say I'm a favorite of that.
So I don't eat nearly as much pizza as I used to, just because, yeah, my system is no bueno. But every once in a while, if it's there in front of me, I can't.
Have you been to Italia for the pizza?
I have not. No.
It's right. It's on Okeechobee, but it's right by the turnpike.
Okay.
It's a family-owned. The person I know, it's a really good guy.
Nice shout out.
Yeah, and their pizzas. He's working on his pizza, and his pizza game is on point. I think it was like last month he brought a couple pizzas down for us, and that makes me a fan. Free pizza always makes
That's
me
always,
a fan.
yep. Like right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
So it looks like the blinds are up to 10-20, and Bill just took down a pretty easy 50K pot.
Finally got some chip counts for everybody. The visuals. In the chip lead is Bill H with 895,000, followed by Jason with 720. All the way in the bottom with 5 big blinds, we have Jeremy with 100K.
I'll be honest, Oak,
Yeah.
pretty excited that, not excited, but I'm kind of happy that one Bill and one Steve got knocked out. Nothing personal.
Right,
But,
right.
you
It's
know.
easier to follow when you know there's only one Steve and one Bill left. Hand number 19. 6 players.
So I think to let everybody know kind of where we're at here, since the blinds are 10-20, there's not really too much wiggle room to be we're not playing deep, so there's not much wiggle room to be making silly bets. You're going to see a lot of all-ins and a lot of calls here, I think.
To be honest with you, I've seen a lot of all-ins previous. I mean, that was a lot.
Yep. Oh, wow. Buddy flops. Wow. But they both flop a straight. Holy smokes. Holy rusted metal, Batman.
Bottom end straight versus the middle straight. And the only thing would have been better would be Queen King, right?
And look. Steve or Jason.
Jason.
Jason checked it.
Yeah.
and then Steve
Oh,
bets it on the button
right.
too. Oh,
And there's
my
a raise come. He
goodness.
just said raise.
That's what I would do.
And Jason has been really aggressive.
Raise it up, 225.
What's this Steve?
Always watch a player with their speech. When they go into a speech and they raise or call.
All right,
It's,
man. I'm all in.
all this snap call. There's the bad news, buddy.
Oh, what a setup.
Only a queen can save.
That
no,
is
yeah,
it.
queen.
Yep,
Queen
just
only.
the queen.
Now I know what the noise is.
Queen beat me.
There was no tells at all.
See, Adam's saying what I just said. There's always a tell when a player makes that kind of like, oh, well, let's blah, 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 blah.
What the hell you doing?
There are no clubs for either of the players, so that 7 doesn't change anything.
Oh!
Oh!
God, what game are we playing here?
Chop it up, baby.
Chop City.
Oh, look at the glare from Steve. Look at the glare from Steve. He's just looking at the dealer. It's all Kevin's fault. How dare Kevin put that river on the damn river? Why would you do that?
No, nice hand. You got your ass lucky.
This is why you never celebrate until the hand's over. You never get excited.
That was wild, dude.
The poker gods. I mean, he didn't lose the hand, but he lost the hand there.
I knew you was going to do something like that.
And this is that situation where you should just be happy that Buddy didn't have a club. 4 clubs on board. I mean, could have been a chop or it could have been a scoop.
Facts.
So-
If he had some random 7 of clubs there, it goes from bottom end straight to a winner, right?
Yep.
That's the
Yep.
real heartbreaker.
I'll take a chop over a loss all day.
Correct.
Something, my next bet, I'm going to put his ass all in. And then he did it.
Steve definitely just gave Kevin the side eye.
I can feel the heat through his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That would have been even crazier.
Raise it up, guys, 45.
He flopped that and got knocked out. Oh my gosh.
Adam just relinquished your comment. If he had a club in his hand, he'd get knocked out. He'd go flop the middle of the straight. It wasn't the nut straight, but it still felt like it, though.
I mean, anytime you flop a straight,
You feeling good, right? Both players did what they're supposed to do.
and especially when your opponent comes out betting, you
Yeah.
never really think they're going to come out firing with a better straight. So.
When the turn
You're like
show
seeing what
up,
could make it happen. You're like, oh, clean.
when the turn show out, oh man, he about to do it again.
Once I saw the 2 hands, I was like, uh-oh.
So you have John and Jason here. And it's interesting. Jason's been playing position a lot. If you watch some of his hands,
And you know what? John's been calling him with middle and bottom pairs a couple times, so he's going to do it again. He's going to look him up. I love it.
yeah.
I mean, Jason doesn't have to have a king or jack.
Right. How
That's,
about now?
that's a terrible card for John. Or is it?
Check, check. All right. So here's where your thinking cap goes on. And you remember when he had Jack 4, he bet that and won the hand? So here's a scenario. If he would have bet out, I think. But he just gives
I
up.
want
He
to point something out to you right here. I
Yeah.
don't mean to interrupt you.
No.
Wow, I'm shocked John just folded.
Oh.
So Jason, as
Right.
soon as John checks,
Yeah.
Jason reaches for chips.
Right.
That's usually a sign of weakness, that you're
Correct.
trying to show strength. I rarely find that is someone coming out betting with a strong hand, and some's coming out betting real quick. Chances are he's trying to send messages that, hey, I got it, when in fact
off, of
you
course.
don't have it.
Right, but see, if it's easier to say when you're out of the hand because you can see it, right?
Sure, of
But
course.
when you're in the hand and you brick, you're like, oh, son of a.
But see, while it was happening, I wanted to say something, but John folded so fast.
Yeah.
I thought that he would have noticed that and then
Picked up on it.
maybe at least thought about it before folding or calling, but
Yeah.
but he just folded right away. So
Right.
in the moment, and granted, he only had a pair of 5s.
Correct.
Nothing great about that hand. Jason was the pre-flop aggressor, so that entire board favors him.
Correct.
So it's really hard to call with a 5 there. But
You
had he
called it.
maybe taken a second
Yeah.
to kind of look at it, and Jason came out and bet literally 1 second after John checks. So it's hard to call with a 5 there, but I would
Right,
have
so
sensed
that's
weakness at the very least. you
Right,
know?
and I'm just going back to the hand when he had Jack 4 and you have 2 pairs. It's easier to take over the hand like he did. He won the bet because, Jason didn't have anything. But anyways, that's the skill part of the game. There's a lot of luck that plays a factor. When you get
No, not in this game.
But no, I'm saying on the hard side of the luck factor, there's a lot of skill that plays a factor too. Like if you would have picked up on that small little detail, it's so finite, but over periods of years when you see it, you already know to yourself, like, well, that's a complete bluff, and you just re-raise and you win the hand, right? So not all hands have to go to showdown. All right, Jeremy, you're here. It's got to go all in. He's a short stack in the big blind.
So he's got 40K already in, huh?
He's invested, my friend. Don't even look at your whole cards.
I'm about to say, not many hands I'm not playing here. In fact, there's no hand I'm not playing.
Right, just don't
Half
even
your
look.
stack in, yeah.
Let's see if he. Oh no, don't look. Let's see. He's chewing on that straw.
Yeah, let's watch him.
Somebody get
Let's
him another
watch him.
straw. So far, so good.
Be a legend, Jeremy. Don't look.
Adam folds ace-5.
Well, John's definitely gonna put Jeremy all in.
Yeah,
here.
there it is. Yeah. So now we see whether or not
Oh wow,
Jeremy
what a
looks 5
terrible
deuce.
hand.
Oh no. He looks.
But you know what? As long as your opponent doesn't have a pair, I mean, you're live. Oh, come on, buddy. I mean, I get it. I get it. You're looking at 5 deuce. You're like, there's no way I can win this. But I mean, when half your stack is in there, it's just. I get it. I get the fold in.
Right. If he didn't look, it's easier to say. Well, that's.
I mean, he literally had 40% of his stack in there. He had 100K to start the hand. He had 40,000 in there. He only has 60,000 left now. So
the math doesn't lie.
no,
The math,
no. It's like the one thing that doesn't lie in a poker room is the math.
Right. But I tell you what, give kudos to Jeremy for he went from 9th place to if he gets knocked out, it would be 5th place,
Sure.
right?
Yep.
6th place. I'm
6th
sure.
place. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
No, it's a.
It's patience
It's a
that
it's
ladder
a
them up.
$450 pay jump.
Yeah, very good.
just by hanging in. So.
Raise 55.
All right, Adam raises with queen 10 suited, but Bill right behind him with a wired pocket pair of 10s. Flat calls? Oh, raise. Okay, that's a standard. I would raise it a little bit higher, though.
I agree. Because now Adam's priced in.
So is John with a pair of 8s. Set mine, baby. Nope. Doesn't want to get involved.
Well, it's only because Adam was he doesn't know if Adam's going to shove or not. So
Right.
I like the fold.
Yeah, okay.
I can't imagine Steve's going to, for the exact same reason. You just don't know what Adam's going to do because Adam raised under the gun.
Yeah, but
so, I mean, that's so strong at that point.
Oh, I feel you. I don't think Adam re-raises, though.
Well, we can see his cards, of course. No, he's definitely not re-raising, but, I mean, those guys don't know that.
Yeah, but set money's target. So we have 8s and 4s. They're both folded. Those are the pairs that, if you would have called, if that set wins, you win a big pot.
But
So
that's
let's see what
also
happens.
a quarter of their stack. And that's 25% of Steve's stack, I know.
Well, let's see what happens.
Let's see.
Okay. Good folds on both those parts.
Yep.
6, 7, 6.
Eights love that flop, and you lose it all. I can't see 8s folding there.
Adam checked. Bill fires out a bet, and that's all she wrote of this hand.
It's a great flop for 10s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in that situation, so it looks like John's got about 500K roughly. So if he would have called a
100K, he's got
yeah,
400 behind.
20% of his stack.
Yeah.
And that's even if Adam lets him see the flop, which,
All right, that's true. With that person behind, could have got it all in, but you can easily fold to a raise, re-raise. But
then you're sad because you just lost 100K.
I take those opportunities, though. Sometimes, they make the difference of a whole tournament, though. You flop a set in that position, and especially if it's a 4-3-7 flop, 10s is firing, you double your stack. It's just –
I think, and you're absolutely right. You're 100% right. Those are the hands that win you tournaments.
Yeah.
But
I know.
I can call with the original raise, but then
Right.
when you get a re-raise, I mean that's so strong, especially when they're not deep like this.
Yeah.
And it's barely even a min raise. So I mean that's so strong. That's ace king minimum.
Yeah.
I think ace king might even shove there, but it's just so strong. You just don't even want to fox with 8s because you don't like any flop that doesn't have an 8.
All right, well, Steve flops top pair here on a 6-4 king flop. King 10, he's going to lead out. 65. It's a rainbow board. Skittles. Can taste the rainbow. And Bill comes along with ace 10. Looking for the back door. Oh, or an ace. Well, he knew
It's
it was
almost
coming.
like he knew.
I knew. I felt it coming.
Steve's like, well, there's no way this guy called me with ace high. King's got to be good.
That is 100.
And Bill's going to tell the story. It's actually the correct story.
Yeah, relinquish control. You
Steve
check, someone
calls.
bets, you fold. This seems so simple.
Wow, just bet fold, huh? I mean, wow, Steve, great fold, bud. Are you ever putting your opponent on an ace there?
Now he's really cursing out the dealer.
Oh, no. He's meeting Kevin out in the parking lot for sure. They're going to have some words in the parking lot.
Someone call security.
Uh-huh.
Kevin needs it back.
We got some Steve on Kevin violence on the way. I feel it. There's heat radiating from the stream table.
All right, over under that Jeremy Gems with any face card.
God, I hope I take the over. I just
20 to play.
I mean, Jack 4 you can't. Queen 7 probably not. Queen 9, yeah, I'm probably shoving with Queen 9. At
I
this
like Queen
point.
9, yeah. All right, raise it up, mid raise to 45K.
Poor Jeremy, just look at that face. I know that face. I've seen that face before.
I've been that
I
face.
see that face in the mirror all the time.
Yeah, you want to get it in, and you look down at 10 deuce.
No, you're not a big fan at that point.
All right, so we're heads up. 2 players, Jason with ace-6 and Steve with king-7, both. Jason hits bottom pair, but open-ended for Steve. 75K. I like to see the turn card. There we go, good call. Like to buy a vowel.
I got it the one time you didn't.
Not a terrible card for Jason. You know, I mean, board pairs, you're probably still good at that point.
Jason's style is very aggressive, and it's working out for him. There's been a couple times where he's let out and been fired upon and let the hand down, but I think this bet wins here. Nope.
Wow, Steve just put in half his stack to hit a king or a 10, 5, 5, 10 or king.
Yeah. There are all the outs up the top.
Oh, look at that.
I know.
I'm trying to figure it out on my own, which I did. I don't need the help. Well, that's a super blank, and you know what? I love Jason betting here. I love it.
It's extremely good for us because we can see the whole cards, but it's probably, in his mind, it's a bluff, right?
Yeah.
He's got a pair of 6s.
Or maybe he put him on exactly what he has, some type of a draw. Maybe spades, maybe a 7.
Can you put so
You know why I think you can? Because Steve doesn't shove.
It's dirty. We're calling security for you.
No, I think because since Steve was so short, I think that Jason's putting him on a draw because if he's got a 9, he's pushing. If he's got an over pair, he's pushing. So I mean,
he's not flat calling.
He's never flatting with
a
a big pair or even top pair. He's never
those
flatting.
glasses are not just a prop on you.
Listen, I'm not just a pretty face.
That's smart, buddy. Smart. Hand number 26. The blinds are still at 10K, 20K. So we start this tournament out at 20-minute levels, and then after the first 6, we jump to 30-minute levels. And Jeremy did it. He pulled the trigger.
Come
Let's
on,
go.
Jeremy, let's go. It's your turn, bud. I think we're going to see a call out of Bill with 1.2 million to take out a
You
player.
think?
I would put 90% of – yes, now it's 100.
Now, John's priced in, too. He makes the call. So,
And you know what? I kind of like Bill just calling there because he could have got John out, but he's going to let him in there to try to take out a player, which I'm totally okay with.
right. And some people forget that it's a tournament. It's not really a cash game.
Right.
You don't need to go heads up.
Yep.
There's no bounty in this tournament. So, bounty tournament, you probably play it differently. You isolate.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're taking that guy out.
Right.
I'm getting my monies.
That's right. No, check. Ace high is still
Ooh,
good.
That's not what Jeremy wanted to see. But if he can fade the river, what a fade.
Wow,
Jeremy's going to
Jeremy
triple. Let's
triples.
go.
Let's go.
Look at Jeremy. Look at him. Look at him.
He's
look at him,
so
look at him,
excited.
Look at him. He's stoked. He is stoked.
Jumping out of his chair right here.
Mm-hmm.
Chad, who was watching you earlier, there's some run good. Finally. Crazy how ace high won there, right? 3 players.
Oh, he hit a 3.
Oh, he hit a pair?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was just looking
No, yeah,
at
2
ace
pair.
high.
He loved
Yeah.
it. What up, Chad? Chad's going for Jeremy. His man just tripled up.
And that's
You'll
what
love to see it.
This is the whole thing about the stream and the chat. You're supposed to railbird your friends. Let's go.
But how cool is that? Like, if you're actually watching this and your boy's at the final table, and of course you're rooting for him. And I know a lot of these guys got some support because they're here. I know Steve's at final table a lot. Adam's at final table a lot. I know Jeremy plays a lot of cards here. So, I mean, you know, these guys, they got fans, whether they're family,
Hopefully.
friends, or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
you know. But I mean, in normal tournaments, you're not able to watch this,
I
so
know.
you're just hoping they do good, or you're
Right.
texting them, or
Yeah.
waiting for some kind of an update. But you know,
This is the great feature about this the Palm Beach Kennel Club. There's John. Just want to take down the blinds, put in a little over bet here.
And this is where experience comes into play, because there's a lot of players that would just call queen jack, maybe raise a little bit, but John's just going to say, you know what, if you got a monster, you got it. You know, I'm going to take my odds here. Queen high is a favorite over any random hand,
True.
so he's just going to take his shot and try to take down the blinds, which at that point, it's already $50,000 in the pot. That's a free $50,000 pot.
Right.
And when you have $500,000 in front of you, you just won 10 to 15% of your stack without even seeing a flop. I'll
Right.
take it all day.
Yeah.
You know?
And those add up, though. You know, 2 or 3 of those.
Yeah. Just ask Jeremy. You know?
Right.
He's got 25% of his stack in there right now.
He's in the big blind, and then he's got Steve, who's all in.
Adam's got a pretty hand, but it's not callable.
Oh, I don't know. It's only 100K, right? 145.
45, yeah, it's a third of his stack.
All right, he agreed with you. Now it's up to Jeremy, who what's
Jeremy
his-
would have to pick up a monster to
No,
call
king
this.
three.
He just got those chips. He's not giving them back. I
reluctant
think he's
fold.
even folding like a king-queen type hand, to be honest with you. I think
Right.
he's in the mindset now where he's just kind of.
I would have called the king queen.
I would too.
Yeah. Okay.
Not the point.
I'm just getting it in. Let's go.
When you're at the table, you're really excited about tripling up, and then
Right.
you know. But you know what though? He also has to realize that Steve is short stack too. So Steve's pushing with his range is huge right
Should be
there,
wide open.
You know,
Yeah.
10-9 suited. See ya. We're in it. We're in it to win it. So.
Right.
But Steve's a really good tournament player. He's been playing here for a long time, and for the rest of these guys, they know he's a good tournament player, and you know it's just going to take a lot for these guys to get knocked out. So I'm kind of excited to see where this goes.
We'll find out. Hand number 29.
How?
There we go. Pocket fives for John.
Ship it.
Yeah. I think he heard you, even though we're 15 minutes
Oh, and that's why you don't call with the whatever.
Right,
king,
the
queen.
goofy hand,
You
you
wait
wake up
for
with
the
kings.
kings. Yep.
behind.
And you know what? John's still going to be okay with this because I mean that's the right shove with pocket fives in that spot. You're trying to win the blinds here. You hope you don't get snapped off.
He's very happy it's against Jeremy, who doesn't have him covered. So.
He was hoping he was going up against ace king or ace queen.
But there's two more fives in the deck. It's not over yet.
a red and a black one left.
130.
All right, 130.
Someone get this dealer to put the cards in the box. Come on now. What is it, your first time? Oh, now ace queen would have also been a bad hand.
Yeah.
Really bad.
No spade.
Oh.
John has a spade. Oh, fades the spade.
Jeremy
doubles.
coming back. No, Chad, you're probably right. He's probably calling with king queen, but that's not the point. My point was that he just there's a lot of hands that he's just not calling with because he just tripled up and he's not trying to give those chips back. But pocket kings, probably calling. King queen, most likely calling, but
No, we're talking about the other hand where Steve jammed and he remember we were saying
right,
that's what you
right,
said.
right, yeah.
Okay.
I went
That's-
back to that. Yeah.
Okay, got him. So now in Jeremy's mind, he's like, I folded, and finally been rewarded for my patience.
And that's one of the sad things about playing a short stack for so long. You just think you're never going to see a hand ever again. And then finally you're like ace three, it looks like kings. And then you finally get kings and you're like, is that actually kings or is this a mirage? You know, so it's sometimes you just got to be patient and wait out the bad
It works
run.
both ways, though, because that's the thing about blinds and levels that you can get blinded out of a tournament. If you waited till he's blue in the face and you don't play a hand, you get knocked out because you were inactive.
Yep.
So it worked out for him this time.
I love when players they get shoved on in the big blind and they wake up with a terrible hand and then they show how terrible their hand is so they don't get chastised for not calling with
Right.
ace five or something. I can't call you, buddy. It's 7 deuce, not suited. So
Yeah.
nice hand, well played.
Right. And he did that versus small blind versus big blind, which is great. Like people are afraid to do that sometimes, and you can't play this game.
Can't be scared.
Right.
Can't play scared.
Right.
You got to play position. Obviously, you got to play your cards too, but you got to play position. You got to play your players too. I mean, like I'm shoving with a different range of hands against Adam than I would against John or against Bill against the big stack. You got to play the other players' stacks too.
John's second time with pocket fives. Let's see if it works this time.
But you know what though? I love it. He's not scared of it. He's
Right?
Not,
We were just saying that.
He's not shell
Let's
shocked.
go.
I got to play the same way.
Yeah.
You know.
And this time Jeremy has 10-9 offsuit.
You think if Jeremy puts him on fives, you think he'd call?
He does a
overs?
snap call. Nah, he's got chips now. He can actually let this hand go. Back-to-back, he shows 5.
I would like to just make a shout out to whoever came up with the double big blind structure as opposed to every player putting in
I know.
antes.
Why did it take us so long?
Oh, because
How smart are we?
I mean, it took us a minute, didn't it? But you know, once it happened, though, I mean, it's great for the dealers, it's great for the players. You don't have to ask every time. But I remember in the early 2000s dealing a tournament and then telling every single player to put in your antes, put in your antes.
Every time, too.
It's without fail.
Right.
There's always one, and it's usually the same guy, but it's always one every time.
It's true.
And then it's the guy who says, "Oh, I already put it in." Well, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
But now we don't have to worry about that shit.
The advancements. You know, the same thing was funny. When did we decide to put wheels on luggage? It took us a long time for that, too. Like,
I like the segue.
dragging his big, heavy box around. Throw some wheels on there, would you? We're so smart as individuals.
All right, Jeremy.
Showing ace queen.
Running good now. My man goes all the way from, what do you have, 60? Yeah, he was down to 60K.
4 big blinds.
Bro, down to 60. Now he's up to 370.
No, it was 50. He was all in 50 for a triple up or 150. That's what it was. He was all in for 50K. He tripled up with ace 3. That was the hand. I remember. It's only a few hands ago.
No, yeah, but I think it was 60 just
no,
because.
it was 50. He was all in.
But he won 170, though. I don't know.
Okay.
Either way, he tripled up.
Yeah.
And here he is.
Yeah, with some stacks of yellows in front of him. And John's on the short stack now. John, you know how you win the final table of a feature? Bring us some pizza.
That can't hurt your chances. I don't
Seems-
know. What's our data on that for players that bring us pizza? Do they usually finish in top 3?
No, no one has done it yet. They don't know the cheat code. The cheat code to winning on this feature final rig table.
Well, hopefully they're listening. Hopefully
Yeah,
when they go back and
someone
watch
tell their
this.
friends, right?
Adam, I know you're going to go back and watch this because this is the 4th final table you've made in the last month. So when you watch this, bring us a pizza and you'll.
You know, I'm just going to say it
you'll win
loud
one of
enough so
them.
they can hear me. They usually hear me when I talk
Bring
about
us some pizza!
free pizza to win a tournament.
It's science.
That is 45.
9-4 tray, and Jason's aggression has took down yet another pot. Bill folded his ace high.
For who?
I think there's a slice. Oh yeah,
For
we
who?
saved him, Jacob.
Jacob? Jacob is in the room manager, Jacob? No, there's none left. None. Let me lick it first. He said something about my hair earlier.
There's a style that I actually like. Showing that aggression does pay off, and he might be the chip leader now.
Steph, tell him that I licked one of the pieces and he has to guess which one.
Raise all in.
Okay.
Steve's all in here with ace-6 offsuit. This is, I think, his 3rd time shoving with the ace high.
And it looks like it might work out well for him.
It just might get through.
Yeah, Jeremy's got to put in 60% of his stack to call.
As tight as Jeremy's been playing, he's never calling with a king 7.
But again, this is the second round in a row where Steve's gone all in under the gun. And
Yeah.
he's gotten through pretty clean without anyone waking up with a monster behind him. So.
Yeah, that's good fortune, right?
Yep. Yeah, and that's also where obviously luck isn't just about winning your flips. Luck is about everyone folding behind you. Luck is
Right.
about where your position is. Luck is
Such
is
a
so much
huge
more
spectrum.
than
Yes.
it's more than just ace king versus jacks. It's more than
Right.
just you really just kind of have to weave in and out of the maze that is poker. So
That's why there's so many levels to this game, and people don't understand that there's positions, there's players, there's chips, there's
Yep.
luck, there's everything.
Yep.
This game is so good.
And you know what else is kind of funny when you think about it?
Yeah.
So Steve's got ace-6 offsuit
Uh-huh.
under the gun right there. He's short stack. He has to shove.
Yeah.
But if Bill is under the gun with ace-6, he's folding. It's like, I don't need to play this hand.
True.
I have no interest in playing ace-6 offsuit whatsoever.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it's funny the dynamic of certain hands are more valuable to certain players and their stack size.
Mary's all in again, Steve.
Speak of the
Any
devil.
ace is good for Steve. Let's go. And he gets, and I like he shows, if you're trying to get a bluff through, show
Show
the
the eight.
weaker.
Show
the
the
weak-
eight.
Right. Look what I'm doing this with, guys. But no, he doesn't want to call, actually. He just wants to get those blinds through.
You ever see guys with like ace queen when you shove with it and everyone folds, they just show the ace?
Yeah.
No, they don't. They'll show like ace. They'll show both of them. But if you just see one ace, it's ace rag.
Yeah.
You just know it.
100%. I agree with you.
know?
Because it's every ace, king, ace, queen, it always gets shown, right?
Yep, I'm showing
Everything
them both.
below that,
Yep,
it's
just an ace.
Look, guys, I folded aces.
Right. I just wanted to show you the ace of spades.
My favorite of the two. The human being is what we
Ooh,
do.
Here we go.
Yes.
I got some action cards. We're going to see a flop with these two hands.
Picasso.
Actually, John might shove. Wow, that's interesting.
What does John do?
Did he just call the 30?
No, that was
Bill.
Bill. Yeah.
Bill just called the 30.
Right, now Jason.
So then John called 30 behind.
So we're flat, flat, flat so far.
John says, I know what you're doing, buddy.
Jeremy with 10-4 on the button.
Look, Steve knows what's up, too. And it's funny because 2 hands ago, Steve's shoving with King 10.
Right.
But he sees 2 of these players just limping. Oh, wow. Adam says, give me a wheel, baby.
Right, 5-3.
Throw an ace out there. 5 deuce 4. Just put it up.
That's 2 stellar plays.
Or ace deuce 4.
4 ways to the flop. 6-6 king.
Well, sorry, Steve. It's been nice knowing you, bud.
John's all in.
Wow,
And
let's see if Steve can put him on this here. You know what? I think Steve might be able to get away from this.
Look, is that the face of a fold, though?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Listen, he knows John, and what does he think John's shoving with here?
No, he makes the call. I told you.
So let's think about this for a second. What is John shoving with here? Ace high? 8s? 7s? What is he shoving with
He
here?
was hoping he was shoving with ace jack.
Yeah, no, you're right.
We can go with a chop, though. Nope, 4 doesn't help.
6 or an ace is all he can get, or 10.
There he goes.
That's going to end Steve's tournament. Yeah, Steve, not a bad call there. I mean, you flop top 2, you're semi-short stacked. That's kind of tough to
Well,
get away
John was
from.
short stack, too, with 285K, so it was the battle of the short stacks.
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
Steve checked. He was first act.
Yes.
He was in the small blind. He checked.
Right.
So in that spot, you flop top 2. If you are going to end up calling any bet,
Jam. Yeah.
Don't let someone do it for you unless you're trying to go for a read. If you're trying to see if someone has king, queen, king, jack, something else. Otherwise, you just jam first.
I don't know if I even – I like Steve's check if you go to fold because you don't like your kicker, right?
Right.
Because
That's
there's
exactly what I just said.
4
in
players
different
in the
words.
hand.
Yeah, 100%.
That's
yeah.
all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Steve he's
He
got
has
one
less,
chip
less than 1 big blind. I don't think I've ever seen
on
that.
the
I don't
button.
think I've seen that before. This is the literal chip in a chair analogy right here.
1 chip.
Steve, if anyone can do it, it's Steve. Get him, Steve-O.
He's got 3 hands to wait till premium comes along. So Jason and Bill both have $1 million in chips. All right.
Hey, what's up, almighty Schloo?
Yeah, you making the call, we make the call. I don't know. Tournament's so much, crazier. And then, Jeremy with aces.
Wow.
Had kings earlier, and now he's got aces.
Steve is snapping.
Steve's all in with 1 chip. Hoping for a miracle.
Yep. Yeah, he's going to need a little bit of help.
All right. So dealer does the right thing, just peels off 1 red chip from each player. So there's a side pot that goes to Jeremy with the aces. And now Steve's only playing for what's in the middle, the small. Actually, is that too much of a pot, though?
It should be 15K in the middle. It should be the 5 in this. No, it should be 20. It should be 20 in this.
Yeah, there's way more
it's
than
way
that.
too much, yep.
But
I
we
got a
won't-
feeling it's not going to matter. But
Yeah,
you're
I was about
right.
to say we won't worry about it yet, though. 2 hearts!
Oh, and a set.
Wow. If he didn't get it in pre-flop, he was definitely getting it on the flop with a bigger stack. There's a heart.
Oh, wait, you know what? No, because the ante stays in. The big
Right.
blind ante stays in.
No pair the board. Oh, wow.
that-
Flush wins.
How do you crack a set of aces, Oak? What is happening?
30K plus 25, so yeah, that's about right.
Yeah. Look at it. Jeremy's like, well, at least the guy who cracked me only had 5K in front of him.
Chip and the chair bosses first. I mean, that's the crazy part is that Jeremy just lost with a set of aces, but he's ecstatic. He lost to a person with 1 chip.
Look, he's smiling. He just lost with a set of aces. And he's
Yeah, it's
smiling.
like, oh my God, I can't believe how lucky I was. Always a silver lining sometimes.
And
on it.
Steve's like, how am I still here, buddy? But he has set aces.
Hand number 38. Blinds have gone up to 15K, 30K. We're still running 6-handed. Steve's all in.
50,000, all in.
Trying to go back-to-back, wire to
Yeah.
wire. Adam calls it
Adam's
ace-9.
never folding it. Ooh, Bill.
I think Bill raises here to isolate.
I think so too.
And he cuts out some chips. We'll see what the number is.
I would just shove at this point.
No, he didn't shove. He
No, I'm saying
raised.
I would
Oh,
shove.
yeah,
I
I
would
hear
just
what
shove
you
at this point. I wouldn't let anybody in for anything else.
Right.
You know.
John folds his 9-6 suited.
He gave Adam the heads up.
Yeah. Adam folds.
Yeah, it's terrible for Steve. He's dead to an 8
What it out there? 8.
or a flush.
8. Ocho.
Yeah, right. 2 flush draws. Let's see if he can pull a miracle out of this hat. There's a time in the chat if your friends are cheering you on. Let's say, "Let's go, Steve."
What it 8 out there?
Steve doesn't go. Hope I like the way he's cheering it on.
Not a good flop for Queen 8.
It's a 8-8 4-4-8, but no, it's 4-4 deuce 5. Come on, one time 8.
Take care. Don't forget your phone.
What is that sound? That Price is Right. Losing. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick.
All right, Steve. That was a game well played, bud. You're gonna walk out of here with $842, and for
Woo!
a $130 buy-in, not too shabby.
$800?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's gonna happen. That's the one.
That's a pretty good payday for one day's work.
Lose a big blind. You got money back. Yeah. Oh yeah, you got the rebate. You made money. I made a little. Yeah.
And look, remember Jeremy only had like
I love
50K.
it.
Now he
I love
ladders
it.
up.
I love it.
Never give up hope, folks.
Nope.
Yeah. You just got the little. Sorry.
Ooh, Jeremy, you gotta do it, bud.
Yeah, you can't play tight anymore. Let's go.
No,
Put those
especially
chips
with
to
the
use.
blinds coming in.
Yeah,
You got
and 5-handed.
it's 75,000 in blinds. Brother, just shove. There's no other move besides shove here.
Oh, raises.
Jeremy.
Trying to get value here.
It's actually kind of strong instead of shoving. That's pretty strong.
Oh,
Jason's gonna come along. There's got
yeah.
a million in chips. So
Oh, he's got the Kennel Club hand,
Yep.
and they're suited.
Yep.
Here's where you find out if value betting is good, it's a wise decision or not. Here's the flop.
Well, lucky for him.
Yeah, 8-6 jack.
Let's see if Jason tries to steal this
Yeah, of
here.
course. Jason's been showing a lot of aggression on this table. This is information. If you play against Jason, any other tournament from now on.
Did you see his Did you see his face? Jason's face.
What?
So
He bet and we got jammed on?
Jason bets, gets jammed on right away, and then he gets the smile like the shit. I got caught. Like that. He's like, I knew that was gonna happen.
Right.
I mean, it wasn't that big, but
I thought it was jacks. Not much more. It's top set.
Well, Jeremy is back. I think he's got an average stack now.
it's more of a call. I figured.
It's a straw.
Daddy.
He's got more than Adam. He's got more than John. He's third in chips right now. So,
Loving it.
Listen, you are never out in this game ever, as long as you got some chips in front of you.
Well, I mean, I give credit to his friend Chad, who's cheered him on, So profits have to go somewhere to your friends.
See, I give credit to him flopping a jack there, because if Jason bets and he hits nothing, he's got to fold.
Right.
As
You know,
opposed
he
to if
doesn't, he doesn't have to fold, but he probably will fold.
Thank
That
you.
was what I was about to say.
Thank you for the semantics lesson.
No, because you listen. Look, it's easy for us to watch, and we're seeing the whole cards, and we get an advantage. But if we're watching this player, this is what you're supposed to do when you're not in the hands of poker tournaments. Is not get on your phone or twiddle your thumbs. You pay attention to people how they play outside of their hands, and you can see that Jason has been known to bet and bluff hands. So, anyways, that's just me. I'm just saying. If you pay attention, you can gain some information.
No reason to toss you a free 45K.
Because I think a lot of the times when I see this happen, a lot of players, they look at the whole cards. If they don't like their whole cards, they get disinterested, they fold them, and then the brain just goes, I wonder what I'm having for dinner later on.
Right, and they're not looking at how everybody else is
Right,
acting or
and
how
like
they're playing.
and like
You're
you
right.
said earlier, like when John was in the hand with Jason, he reached for his chips real quickly. If he would have just was focused on his play, he would have known that was
Yep.
well,
No,
usually a
he
bluff.
had checked out on that river.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Now you get me, man.
Oh, I get you regardless, brother. We're on the same wavelength. We just use different words.
Right.
Jeremy's got a 9-10. He was thinking about playing a 9-10 earlier, but he's
Finally, open up your range, my friend. Let's go. Protect those little babies you got out there.
He does only have a small blind baby out there, so
Then
he's going to
what?
wait for a better spot.
You're five-handed. Five-handed. Cards
Look,
like that.
Look,
Yeah.
John just shows the ace.
Of
Just
course.
the ace. I don't want to show the deuce. Just the ace.
That's funny.
It's science. It's poker science.
Never fails. So as I was saying, like this game, we're watching the stream and it's very entertaining, but it could be educational. And as, let's say you play with John in other streets, you can get a tell from him, like when he's like rubbing his head. You can tell like when Steve's bluffing. These are things, information. If you could put them into your file cabinet that you could use later on in future tournaments, it could be valuable.
Yep, I agree. You got to put it in the repertoire.
Oh, speaking of tournaments, the Moneymaker Tour is coming up.
What's that?
It's what your hat says.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And the first event, Mystery Bounty Tournament.
God, it's my favorite. It's so good.
Yeah.
I remember last time, I forgot the player, but he racked up a bunch of bounties, and he made final table, and I think he had 12 or 13 pulls.
Amazing.
But he made second place money just in bounties.
Right.
He made like $25K just from pulling bounties.
I remember that. He busted like third place, and he was pulling all these bounties. And there was a 15K bounty he just missed it, but he still like racked up like 10K or 15K.
Plus whatever he made for the actual tournament.
Right. I've never seen anyone with that many bounties, though. Hey, put that card over the chips.
That was a face card.
He ended up making trip eights. I mean, I don't know if he would have seen it. I would have had 2 pair on the turn.
Yep, the Moneymaker Tour is coming back, guys. They'll be here for about
10 days.
Almost 2 weeks, yeah. They'll be here February 15th to the 27th. We have all different tournaments, all different buy-ins. Chris Moneymaker will be here. The tournament is run by my guy, Tony. What's Tony's last name?
Burns.
Tony Burns, thank you. Tony Burns, he's been running tournaments in South Florida for over 20 years, and he hooked up with Moneymaker, and they've just been they've been doing really well, and we're running a nice. And we've been having a partnership with them for the last year. This will be our third go around with them.
Right.
And we've had a blast with them, and the tournaments have been great. Chris Moneymaker flew our local celebrity Gene out to the World Series of Poker, bought him into the main event, and that actually cemented Gene as the oldest player to ever play in a main event.
I know, and he just turned 101.
And he is still sharp as
I know,
attack.
still playing cards.
It almost makes you think that he's maybe not 100. Maybe he's falsifying
Oh,
records.
you know what? That's a good point. We never seen his birth certificate. That's
Brother,
funny.
let me tell you something. He is so sharp. Even when he makes mistakes. You want to hear? I got a good Gene story. So we're at a table, cash game downstairs. Gene, let me see this flop. Ooh, Jason flops 3 of a kind here. Bill's got backdoor straight draw
3 of
flush
a
draws.
kind.
What'd I say?
You said it right.
Oh, I didn't say a set?
No, I would have so, like, that's great.
Oh, wow. So Bill bet it, and Jason's got it. Just smooth calls. I love it. I love it. That's got to put up some flags for Bill. Let's see an 8 of diamonds. Well,
I got an 8.
That's enough. That's enough for a check back for sure. Let's see if Jason puts out a little feeler bet here.
You look down at his chips. See how he did that? A little quick. That's another tell. And he's going to fire out.
I love it. Don't let it go by. Don't let your guy see a free card.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah. Because that board's now getting scary, right?
Yep.
So you felt confident. A deuce would have been a better card. You could check back. But an 8, let's not see some free cards. And that's a good bet. He's going to win this one.
Oh, he got Bill to fold.
Yeah.
Bill hits the card he's looking for. Great fold. I don't even
Yeah.
care if he hits it or not. That's actually an incredible fold. You're putting your player on exactly what he has.
Better card would have been more action. Would have been the 8 of diamonds, like you said.
Yeah. He's never folded
Right,
8 of diamonds.
no.
But I'm still surprised he folded that one. I think he had the equity to call there. I was almost 4-1 on a call.
Well, like you said, though, you fire a bet and the player calls you, red flags come up, right?
Right,
Bink, bink,
right.
bink. You're like, whoa, whoa.
Yep.
What is he calling with?
Even if he doesn't have a 10, the straight
Correct.
card comes out too. So, I mean, there's – wow.
Yeah.
Great fold, though. Great fold.
Yeah, good fold.
So anyway, back to my Gene story.
Oh.
So we're downstairs. We're playing cash.
Right.
Gene's got a big old stack in front of him. He goes to the bathroom, comes back a couple minutes later, and he walks right by our table.
Uh-huh.
And he's looking for his table. You could tell that he couldn't find the table, right?
Right.
So then one of the guys at our table goes and grabs him, brings him back to the table. Gene sits down and he says, "Hey, why'd you guys move the table?"
It's a good lie.
The entire table erupted laughing. I mean, sharp as attack, even when he's not. Just it was.
So here we go. Adam's all in with Jack 7, and Jason makes the call with A7, and Jeremy with the hand that's What are you waiting for? Easy fold. 10-5. Gets out of the way.
I just want to point something out to you. My
Yes.
man Jeremy has 500,000 chips right
Amazing.
now. $500,000 chips right now.
Right.
I love it.
If he wins the tournament, I'd be like, you know what? That's tenacity for you.
Yeah.
Oh, it said A7, Jack7. It's King Jack. Never mind. And Jack
Ooh,
hits the
pretty good flop
window.
for King Jack.
Good job for Adam. 8 on the turn.
We're
So
gonna
we
need
have
an ace and an ace only.
Right.
And look, the graphic's not even up. I just knew that.
you knew, but you predicted it. Adam survives a double up here with King Jack suited. Those are hands I like. King Jack, King Queen, Jack Queen. Those are, you know,
Yep.
It doesn't have to be Jack 10. It's all the same range.
Yep.
One gappers, you know, Jack, get it in.
Yep.
You know, best case scenario, you're on a, flip. Worst case scenario, you're behind. So what?
Well, worst case scenario is you're up against like
Ace, king.
aces,
Right,
kings.
right,
I mean,
right.
but worst case scenario is even in that situation, he's still 60-40 against an
Right.
offsuit ace. You're still 60-40. I'll take that all day if you need a, especially when he's under the gun and he's got the blinds coming up.
True.
I'm sticking it in with King Jack every time if
Right.
I'm short stacked.
Right.
Not
right,
even
right.
thinking twice about it.
Play's been really good. Top-notch play. Congratulations, everyone is doing a good job.
Yep, agreed.
Hand number 46.
Hey, is ace king suited a good hand?
In my opinion.
Bill just shoves. Bill says, you know what? Oh, wow, Jason's got ace queen.
Right.
What is happening?
Call. That's what's happening. Call.
Why are you? I don't Okay.
Go ahead.
You're never in the lead here. What you hope your opponent has ace jack?
Right, not for that stack size. Why is he jamming? Right.
What?
You think you're flipping with sevens? No, it's never happening.
I don't understand.
Well,
that.
you know, hey.
I don't understand. That.
Jason's play is balls to the walls. He's got the foot on the pedal the whole way through.
And he's got 2 flush draws.
Let's see what happens.
You know, 2 flush draws or a queen.
Oh,
Wow.
poker's
But
never
look,
fair.
Look, not flush draw.
Nut flush draw versus one pair.
Any
What are the
diamond, any
percentages?
king.
42 to 58.
Wow.
Trips.
Well, there goes the king out. Any other queens in there?
Yeah. Only a diamond.
What is happening? What is going on?
Oh, no, my gosh. And we got some butt crack from
Can we get a blurry? Do we have the blurry graphics?
Oh, that's great.
That is indecent exposure right there.
Man, you're sitting on the edge, and all you're saying to yourself is diamond, diamond, diamond. And just like that, boys, Jason's eliminated. He
You know-
called off for his hold. Go ahead.
No. All I was gonna say is let's just say that Ace King just raises pre-flop and then Ace Queen calls. It plays out the same on the flop, but he's got the Ace High flush draw against the
On
queen.
this flop, you're right.
On this flop, correct.
Right. And that's the funny part, too. Sometimes you say that, like, oh, I did something wrong. Nah, you know, the hand would have played itself. Sometimes it's like destiny, right, that,
Yep.
you know, obviously you have Ace King, 2 overcards, and the nut flush draw. You're never folding the hand unless you're
Yep.
nitty and you're waiting for the short stack to bust. That's the only time where maybe on the bubble you're like, I don't need to play this hand. You know, or you're playing a Survivor tournament. There's some times, or very few times, where the hand doesn't play the hand. But if you're trying to win a tournament, you're getting your chips in. That's a all blue players
Sure.
do. So
Sure. But at the same time, I'm just if I just took a second
Yeah.
to think about how that hand plays out. The chip leader, he's not even like short stacked or mid stack. He is the chip leader.
Right.
And he's shoving under the gun. Best absolute case scenario is
you don't
you're
have to argue
flipping
with
the
me.
worst
It's
hand.
not even a bounty tournament. What are you doing risking your whole tournament life there on a flip, if that? If that.
And the difference right there is, and not to like rub it in, because Jason, he's a good player and
He's
everything.
playing really good,
And
yeah.
I don't want to think like we're harping on him, but we're talking more so to the players, or
Correct.
to the people that are in the chat, or the people that are going to go back and watch this video.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, there's no reason to put your chips at stake with Ace Queen offsuit pre-flop. There's just no reason to. I mean, the pay jump right here. So he got 5th place.
Right.
$1,100. First place is $4,500. I mean, it's a $3,500 gap.
I just want to say, Adam says thank you very much for making that decision. You know, so now they're four-handed. Page up, like you just said. Everyone on the table right here goes up a spot, and they're like, you know what? It's your money. You play the way you want to play
100%.
it. Maybe,
100%.
Maybe Jason had dinner plans.
And not only that, if the diamond doesn't come, he's got $2 million in chips.
Correct.
So I get it. It's poker. We're gambling. We're taking flips. We're
Right.
gambling. It is what it is. But at the same time,
What a heartbreaker, though, to turn trips and to
brother,
lose.
are you kidding me? We've had a couple of heartbreaks with the aces against the flush.
Yes.
It wasn't as bad as a $2 million pot, but
Right.
you know, I mean. But again, you put your money in with the hopes of winning. That goes without saying. and it's all gambling. You never really know what your opponent has or doesn't have. So you're just kind of putting your what you
Correct,
think-
but we're just beating up the process of saying that that was a situation that had to go down. You weren't forced into it, you know.
Right.
You didn't even see the flop.
Right.
So that's all. You make better decisions down the road. Maybe. Well, who knows?
I think Ace. I think when he goes back and thinks about it, maybe on the ride home, or
Yeah.
maybe downstairs in the cash game, when he thinks about it, I think he'll realize that.
His story would be different, though. I can't believe you guys got to listen to this, man.
Bro, I had 3 queens. I turned 3 queens, and he hits the flush on the river.
This is so ridiculous.
Well, Jason, when were you all in, buddy?
key point. If people kind of leave out that
If you're
detail,
listening to the story,
it's like, oh my God, man, it's so
that
stupid.
doesn't matter when I was all in. I had 3 queens. He hit a flush.
It's one outer, man. It's
And look at Jeremy. So listen, 4th place is paying out $1,500.
beautiful.
My man was
Right.
he was playing basically for $600 about an hour ago.
Right.
So, you know, good on him.
6, Queen 5, all spades. Jeremy with the only spade in his hand. Brick on the turn, 9. And a 9 of spades. Gary gives Jeremy the check mark with a flush.
Jeremy says, "Thank you. I'll take that pot."
Right. Check, check. Oh, okay, sure, thanks. No one bet there. That was a
John
blind
didn't
person.
realize he was winning the pot before that, so he thought he was losing regardless.
Right, John. Right, John with 10 high was like, I can't win this hand. Little did he know, if he would have bet, he could have stole that one.
Yep. Maybe even on the
Stole
river
it.
too. Could even have stolen with the
True.
first spade, you know.
Right. What are the remaining payouts? What did 50? Did we just go over that?
All right, so 5th place just got knocked out. He took home $1,100.
Right.
4th place is $1,500. 3rd place is $2,000. 2nd place is $2,800. And 1st place is $4,500.
Chad wants to know what his cut is when Jeremy.
Chad, when Jeremy wins, he will be taking home $4,563.
We are on hand number 50.
Yeah, I turned it up a little bit. Just I didn't know.
That's fine.
They were having a conversation about the hand.
Right,
so I
right. You wanted to hear, yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes the table talk is good. And normally, this guy in here, John, Pizza John, he has a restaurant called Boca's Best Pizza, or that's what he's known for. So he is a storyteller, but today he's been very quiet, changing his ways. 3, King, 10 on the flop.
Not a terrible flop for John. Did John just call? He just called pre-flop, huh? With Jack 10
I
suited?
believe so.
Okay.
It's 120 in the pot, so it looks like it was just a limped 30-way. Everyone
Yeah.
limped in.
Yeah. See, this is what happens when the blinds just get so high. I mean, it's really tough to play like in-depth poker. You know, you're going to see a lot of calls or a lot of shoves. There's not going to be too many 2 bets, 3 bets, 2 X's, 3 X's. It's going to be pretty black and white from here on out. But that's what happens when you get deep into a tournament. You know. What are the blinds at now?
It should be a
15-30?
I believe that's what they are.
Okay.
But a 30-minute level, so, I mean, they will pop up soon. They've been popping up really good for us. So, and it's so funny because Adam was on the Chop 4 ways last week, and he was one of the shortest stacks. And he was very adamant about, like, making sure that the 2 higher stacks, they were the blinds. 15K, 30K, hand number 51. And he was one of the persons that was chiming in for the Chop. He was really good advocator. He was like, you know what, guys? We should do this. And it's good when you're the short stack to convince a player to chop who's got you, like, covered. Because guaranteed money is better than no money.
Yep. Chad in the chat says that's why they call Ace Queen the parking lot hand. And you know what? You're not wrong. Every time I see someone get knocked out with Ace Queen, I said
that's a whole that should not have happened. I like Ace Queen. I'd play it, but I don't play it like that though. It's never a good calling hand.
no. But here's the thing though. Normally when you get knocked out of a
Close
tournament, it's going to be with a good hand. Pocket 9s, pocket 10s, Ace King, everyone. It's going to be a good hand. But
I would feel better if they saw the flop, if there was a small raise, saw the flop, and then he could say,
right, but
I lost with Ace Queen.
But it
top
doesn't
pair.
even matter how it
Okay.
happens. It just if you get knocked out of a tournament, it's so funny how often it's
Huh?
with Ace Queen because it's a good hand.
Yeah.
It's a strong hand,
Yeah.
but it's not a great hand.
Right.
You know, I mean, we're gonna play it. I don't know if I'm calling off my whole stack with it, but it's so funny how you will find yourself
All right.
on the losing end of Ace Queen more often than not. Just because if somebody else is in the hand, chances are they have a better hand, whether it's
Right.
Ace King or a pair.
A lot of the times.
A lot of the time, not every time,
Right.
obviously,
But
but
look,
a lot of the time.
right.
Well,
Speaking of
obviously,
which, this would
as
be a
soon as we
beautiful
start talking
scenario.
about it, right?
6, Queen, Queen, 8, and there's your river card. It's a 6, so Ace High is gonna be good for 2 pairs. Do you say 2 pair when you have Ace High here?
Yep, sure do every time.
Two
I got
pair.
2 pair.
I had 9, 10,
What do you got? 2 pair.
And here's the funny thing also. It's 2 pair, not 2 pairs. They're not peaches. They're people say pears a lot.
My dog's a grammar teacher.
I know, right? I'm just correcting some of the things that I hear that people shouldn't say. I got 2 pairs.
I got 2 pairs of pears.
2 pairs of pears. I had peaches. Now I got pears.
There's a double entendre somewhere in there. Don't shake your head at me, girl.
4 players. These guys are going for it. I like it. Next pay jump you said again was
I
1400.
can hear Stephanie in the background.
These are all her flirting words, just so you know.
You're loud. You're loud.
Stephanie's got a good laugh. You should watch her on the stream. Steffi Mo.
I do.
She likes to go pew pew pew. She had some. When it's funny too when she kills a person on Call of Duty. She's like, "Oh, I got him!" I'm like, "Oh, it's like, really? You were supposed to get him." It's the funniest thing. It's like she's surprised.
That's great.
Oh, okay, you can defend yourself. I'm just telling you what I heard. Now, like, come on, sucker! I knew I was gonna get you.
Jeremy hit a 9 on the turn. It's going to hold strong.
Yeah, this is like the third or fourth hand. We just seen a check down. Like, no one wants to like get involved here. Just check and see who wins.
I mean, John flopped mid-pair with just him against the blinds. I probably would have put in some kind of a bet there, but he just checked and let his opponent get there.
That's I know. I'm just saying, you know. Steffi, you said, oh, there it is. LOL. Because I your name came up, but there was no comment. So it's a rainbow, yeah. I like rainbow emojis.
Yeah, you do.
Hey, what the hell? Don't make me speak in this voice the rest of the way, okay?
Okay.
Hand number 54. Where did we start? Like 6:10, 6:20-ish?
6:30.
Yeah, we're almost at 8 o'clock. The tournament started at 11:15. Late registration was like 1. So here we are, boys, almost 8 o'clock. There's an all-in from Adam.
Jeremy's got a possible calling hand, but I mean, it's really only a bluff catcher. I can't see Adam.
What is he saying?
He asked for a count.
Oh, okay.
75. All in.
Yeah, it's the shortest stack, so he don't need to call, right?
He doesn't, but
It's 4-handed.
I think he.
Yeah.
I mean, did he just call just to induce an all-in? I don't know.
I don't think so. Chewing on that straw. Hey, let's go.
And watch, he's just gonna show 1 ace. Watch, guaranteed.
Adam doesn't show any cards. That's a good player.
I like it.
He doesn't show any cards.
like it.
Yeah.
You had the same hand? Good to know. That's good to hear. Oh, you called.
Yeah.
Beautiful fold then.
So Jeremy showed him, like, I got some respect. I'm going to show you this good hand that I'm folding here. And it is a premium, 4-handed, king
Four-handed
jack.
king jack in the
Super
blind
premium.
against the blind hand.
Right.
Now, if he makes the move first, do you think Adam folds?
Yeah.
You think he folds the ace-7?
Of course, yeah. Absolutely.
Well, not of course. I mean, it's.
I say of course because it's ace rag. It's not ace, king, queen, ace. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, you don't need to
Sure.
make that move in that position. There are
No,
a lot
but
of
against any other
decisions.
random blind hand, ace high is obviously going to be good
Right.
80% of the time.
I always feel it's easier to make the move than call the move. That's and here it is. Jeremy's mad. He's mad for last hand. He puts in a nice size raise, almost all in for that matter.
All in.
He gets it all in. So
wow, running into the jacks.
here's your race.
You're going to need a little bit of help there, Jeremy. I'm rooting for you, bud.
Where's Chad when we need him? Come on, Chad. Jacks versus ace 9. They're suited. I like how he boxed out. The dealer did a good job boxing out the cards. 7, king, tray on the flop. Rainbow. 8 is no good. 8 of hearts. Ace from space on the river one time. This is when you use your one time. Deuce of clubs.
Likewise, man.
Kudos to Jeremy. Great job.
Jeremy's going to be walking out of here with $1,488. Oh, there's the crack. The Kraken.
New nickname for the dealer. The Kraken. He won't even know.
Oh, I think he knows. He's got to be feeling some kind of a draft in there.
Someone should clip that. That's going to be the funniest line of the month.
Can we run the numbers and just
Chad, your boy did have a good run, man. And you know what? He didn't do anything wrong. I think he played about as perfect as you could play, especially on the short stack early on. So, fourth place for 1,400 is a good run.
Yeah,
No doubt.
Chad, and 10% of 1,500 is $150 should be coming your way.
Should be. Listen,
10%
no
real
one
bird.
supported their guy like you did, Chad. So
I hear you.
I would try to get at least a steak dinner out of it. Hey, Pimp Nate Hot, what's up, boy?
Walking with the extra clip. What the hell? That's a little scary. The gangster.
Clips are what city girls wear in their hair. They're called magazines. Come on now.
I don't know. See? Sup, fam? You know this lingo. Sorry.
He said, you know.
All right, so funny. So Jeremy got knocked out, and Adam was first to go, hey, what's the numbers for the chop?
That's a good question. I'd like to know that myself.
John has an ICM
Dude,
chop meter on his
Bill's
phone.
got 70% of the. So Bill should be walking out of here with like a little over 4,000.
Nah,
first
that's not how
place
it works, though.
Huh?
Little under. That's so
under?
weird when you do an ICM chop. It kills it. It kills it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to really negotiate. I'm telling you.
If I was him, I would not take anything less than 4,000. And that's just me personally. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
ICM calculator on his phone. There it is.
39.66. I told you right there at 4K. It's under, but still,
You
it's
take
right
it?
there.
Yeah. 4K.
I say 4,100 just because I'm
Greedy?
I'm greedy and I've got 70% of the 70% of the chips.
Here's the thing. It's
Listen, if either one of the other guys double up, he's still the chip leader.
Correct.
If they both double up, he's still the chip leader.
right. So,
I
it's
mean,
it's really your negotiation skills in this moment, though. So you have to say to
well,
yourself.
that's one of my strong suits.
Right. They're going to do the fist pump. It looks like they're all agreeing with it. Adam's smart to get this equity here with the shorter stack.
which was like 15 minutes ago.
15 minutes ago, they're yelling at us for yelling. That's so funny.
Oh, that's when we were yelling about the.
Yeah. The diamonds in the river. That's the hand. You know, the flush hit there. We got the official chip counts.
We got the official chip counts, ladies and gentlemen. It is a chop. In third place, Adam's going to take home 2,570. In second place, John is going to walk away with 2,857. And my guy Bill is going to walk away with $3,956, guys. What a good final table.
For
You know,
sure.
good action,
Wow.
good playing. I don't think anybody played bad. I don't think anybody played terrible. I don't
Right. The only one hand we would suspect is the ace queen hand, but that's you know what can't be perfect.
No, you can't. I mean, and you know, I think he'll look back on it and he'll kind of realize what maybe he could have done differently.
Right.
Maybe it's an easier fold. And if he wins that, if the diamond doesn't come, he looks like a genius.
A hero, right? Of course.
Maybe
of
not a
course.
genius. Heroes, yeah, heroes are a little better. But
A hero.
But no, I thought everybody played good. It was a really good final table. I'd like to give a shout out to our production crew, to everybody, to Gene, Drew, Steph, Brandon running the floor, Joey Dolan's getting drunk at the Harlan Williams show, which, by the way, come on down. He'll be here tomorrow night, February 3rd. Show starts at 8 o'clock. We'd like to give a shout out to Josh Alderman, one of our poker room managers who also runs the stream. Shout out to Jacob and everybody else who makes things run, and especially to you guys, to the players, to all you guys in the chat. We really appreciate everything you guys do, and we appreciate your contributions. And did I leave anything out?
No, that covers everything. Remember, the Moneymaker Tour starts February 15th, right
15th.
after Valentine's Day. Get your girl some flowers. Let her know that you can go play some cards. We're here open all the time. This tournament is one of my favorites, one of the better ones we have. It's a 130 count. We do it every Friday, except for when the Moneymaker Tour is going to be here, obviously, so we're not missing out that. John Harlow is here tonight. If you have tickets, great. Enjoy the show. If you missed it, they can
Harlan
always.
Williams.
Harlan Williams, right. Come in tomorrow. I mean, you guys know what I'm talking about. Every information that you need to know about is on our website, pbkennelclub.com.
Just a little side note. You know, Pauly Shore's coming later this year.
Is he?
Pauly Shore's coming to the
See?
paddock, guys. Come on the website, check out everything we got. We're also we have a partnership going right now with Seminole Hard Rock Sports Betting, so go ahead and check that out too. And
You got the commercial?
Do I have that commercial?
That's Sports Now, powered by Hard Rock Bet. Come watch the big game February 11th at PBKC with drink special, 140 HD TVs, and an all-you-can-eat buffet. For tickets and event info, go to pbkennelclub.com/hardrockbet.